Hey guys, good morning. Sorry about the bags. Just a little stoked to get up this morning and do a little video. Last night was crazy. I ended up finding this one deal on the site I frequent to find skateboards. It's called Kijiji up here in Canada, and just came across randomly this dude that had like a bunch of decks for sale, some independent ones, but then he was also selling a lot. So like a group of decks, and so there was actually 19 decks included in this lot. Just stupid price. He just wanted to move them and get rid of them. So anyways, I'm stoked to show you guys here. And so what I'll do is just kind of walk you through what I got. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. 21 decks in total. And so I'll do a quick walk through here just to show you what we're dealing with. And so yeah, so this first one on the left here is the Matt Hensley. It's an H-Street and it's the king size model. So it's pretty rad, really cool colorway. It's been gripped and skated, but it's in still really good shape. I might pull the grip off it. I don't know if I'm going to keep that one or not, but it's still in really great shape. Then obviously we have the Hawk here. This is Series 12. This thing is minty. Like, it still has the card and everything in it. So rider card. He pulled it out. He had it on his wall, and that's it. He actually had two other Hawks, and they were, so I think they're 3,500 in this run. Let's see down here. 3,500, and this one is actually 14. I'm not going to play around with that, but that one's number 14. But he also has number 1 and number 2 of 3,500. So he managed to get a good score on that. So anyways, you guys know that I have a Series 12 Hawk already, so I'll probably be getting rid of that one, selling it or using it for trade bait. This Nicky Guerrero is pretty rad as well. Obviously, it's been skated, gripped, but the graphics pretty strong on it, so I hope to keep that one around. This is a brand new Andy Anderson, and it's the flight deck. It's the larger one, the 9-inch. And then we get into a bunch of used flight decks, two Andy Andersons. Then just the normal flight decks, and that red one there is the Charlie Blair. So that's kind of rad. And then we just get into some normal pops here. So Powell Cab, it looks like 30 years ripping, looks like an anniversary deck. We get into the Ray Rodriguez Skull and Sword, a Ripper. Then we cruise down here. Another H-Street, and this is the Ali Mazzara or Al Mazzara. I'm sure I'm probably not saying that well. This one's actually in really good shape as well. So there's some decks. I mean, obviously the graphics are a little bit scratched off that, but you know, you can expect that. Then we get into some Santa Cruz. So this first one here is the Knox Fire Pit. In this one, the graphics are pretty good. Obviously, there's some wear on the tail and stuff, but the thing that's rad about this is this one's a limited run. And so it's 59 of 77 from the vault. And so, yeah, this one has been trashed a bit. There is like a mark up here in the corner. But from a collector's standpoint, there's a lot of character to it. And again, it's a limited run. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. Here's a Corey O'Brien. It's been pretty trashed. We get into, you know, more like a old school Santa Cruz Street Creep. Then we get into a Pop Street Creep. And then we get into, obviously, the Screaming Hand and just some other generic Santa Cruz. It looks like they're barbed wire. I don't see a skater's name associated with them. But I'm not a big Santa Cruz guy. I don't mind some of their decks. But yeah, at the moment, I'm collecting mostly Powell. And then just some odds and ends from some of my friends that skated other decks as well. Again, this whole thing for me is just about memories. So just so you guys know, the goal is pretty much to sell all of these used decks and maybe the Hawk, maybe the Hensley, definitely keeping the Nicky Guerrero and the Anderson and the new Anderson. My son has the Anderson already, and he has another flight deck as well. He actually, when the Anderson first dropped, that's when my son got it. So he was one of the, you know, first guys to to be skating the Andersons. I mean, it was before he was big, but now he's blown up and they've had to re-bring them out and stuff. And if you don't know much about Andy Anderson, Canadian boy, and he kills it. And actually watch the story on this graphic as well. I'll have to do a video on that Anderson, so I'm actually not going to get into much detail here about it, but just wanted to show you guys. So yeah, so what I'll probably do is end up selling a lot of these off just to pay. I mean, I'll probably be able to keep the Guerrero, the Hensley, and the Anderson, and still see probably $100 if I sell everything else. So get the Anderson, Guerrero, and the Hensley for free, put $100 in my jeans, and sell everything else. So not bad for a little bit of a drive yesterday, but pretty stoked and just wanted to show you guys. All right, guys, hope you have a great day. Again, feel free to subscribe if you dig what you're seeing here, and always the like up is super nice of you. Cheers.